Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. It's Friday, September 14th, and I'm Kim, your trainer. Go ahead and get started. Let's jump right in here instead of marching in place for your warm-up, and we're going to take it up to a little bit of a jog. Get things warmed up a little more intensely for the next few seconds. So go ahead and start jogging in place if you're not already. Stay light on your feet with a bend in your knee. Really kick those heels back. Make sure that your back is straight. Your tailbone is tucked in and your abs are engaged. Your shoulders are back. You're swinging your arms forward and back. Start breathing in. Really focus on controlling the intake of oxygen and the exhale. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and keep that going for a couple more seconds. We're going to spread the legs and do that windmill pose. So go ahead and do that now. Spread your legs, reach up with your hands over your head, clasp your fingers together, and then rotate down to the right, slowly working the hips, really opening up the back muscles, getting that really good stretch into just all through the spine, up through the left and again down to the right, around as your fingers graze the floor, touch the floor, back up to the top, and then reverse directions. So let's turn down to the left, all the way down and up to the right. One more big windmill turn and we will get started. We're going to do the same stability move to begin the workout today that we did yesterday. It's called the forward reach. So go ahead and stabilize your weight on your right leg, keeping your back straight, your abs really engaged. Focus on those isometric contractions. They make all the difference in the world. Reach down with your left hand now, your left fingertips. And if you can, hinging at your hip, you're sort of swan diving forward and down. At least touch your shin, then slowly stand all the way back up. Let's do it one more time. Reach down with your left hand, your left fingertips, maybe try to touch the floor, maybe the top of your foot, and then squeeze your glute, that right glute muscle, the butt cheek if you don't know what the glute is, and stand all the way up. Let's switch sides now. Stabilize your weight on your left side, reaching down with the right hand, again keeping your back straight, and as you come up, squeeze the butt muscle, the butt cheek. I once had a conversation with one of my clients in New York City here about how many different names we have for the rear end, which I thought was really interesting. I won't go through the whole list of them, but I did think it was really interesting. There must be like a dozen of them. Okay, now bring your feet together. We're going to do that chair squat with a hop at the top, and I want you to make the hop a little more intense than it was yesterday. So push your knees together. Make sure your weight is in your heels. Your back is straight. Your abs are engaged. Don't lean too forward, but bend down or squat down. As you inhale, as you exhale, squeeze your butt, press your heels into the floor, squeeze those knees together, hop up at the top, and then go right back down into another squat. You've got about 20 more seconds of this chair squat, so keep your knees together. You've got one big leg that's contracting together as you go down into the chair squat, and then as you lift back up, you're also pressing the heels into the ground. You're doing great. Try to do one more for me if you would. Make sure you're inhaling on your way down. Exhale as you push back up. And now we're going to do a lateral lunge, only this time we're going to make that hop at the top. I'm calling it a lateral shuffle. So your left leg is the one that's going to bend as your right leg extends out to the side. Your right leg stays straight. Your left leg bends. And then as you bring the right leg back in, hop up. And as you land back down, immediately get your left leg straight out to the left side, bend the right knee, bring the left leg back in and hop, and then the right leg goes back out. Get that rhythm going. Let's go for another 25 seconds here. This is the lateral shuffle lunge. Very, very good. Hopefully you've got some lovely weekend plans ahead. It's really, really beautiful in the Northeast in New York City where I live, where we broadcast through In Shape Fitness. And what am I doing? Let's see. I'm doing a 15-mile run tomorrow, so that's exciting. One of my final longer runs before the marathon I'm running in a couple of weeks. Now you're on the floor with the Spider-Man push-up. Go ahead and get yourself right into push-up position. Remember, with the Spider-Man, you're going to bring the right knee, as you lower your body, bring your right knee around to the side, squeezing the right abs, making sure that the knee gets close to the right elbow, and then push back up, return your foot to the floor, and then as you lean back down again, lower your body back down again. For the left side, bring the left knee around and touch the left elbow. And keep that going for another 20 seconds. Yeah, so I've got a kind of a fun Saturday morning. It actually seems like it's not that long of a run since I did a 20-mile run last weekend. But there's certainly fitness in my life. And then hopefully my family and I will just enjoy the lovely New York weather. Maybe go up to Westchester and do some apple picking and those kinds of things. It's going to be really, really beautiful. So hopefully you have great plans as well. Now lay your body down on the ground. You're on your tummy. You're going to do the swimming mermaid. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze your feet together. Lift up. Lift your head and your shoulders and your chest and swim. Arms are in front of your body now. Lower your body back down. And as you exhale, lift up. Make sure that that mermaid tail of a leg you have down there is pressing together and lifting up through the hamstrings and the glutes, the butt, the derriere. Back to that list again. Okay, a couple more of these. Let's do 2 more really big swimming mermaid poses. Inhale and take a deep breath out. Exhale deeply out and lift your body all the way up. You're resting on the hip bone and your tummy. Your legs are pressed together. And 1 more. All right, that's fantastic. Now we're going to do a plank. We're going to combine the dolphin plank that we did yesterday. So I still want you to do that roll of the upper back and then the squeeze of the shoulder blades. But I want you to rest, instead of resting on the bottom part of the foot, and instead of gripping the floor with your toes, I'm tongue-tied here, lay your feet flat on the floor on the tops of your feet, right? Sort of like you were just in that mermaid pose. You're using that same mermaid concept to keep your feet together and rest on the tops of your feet. This is actually a really good stretch for the shin. You'll feel it, but it's also harder on the upper part of your core. So let's give you another 15 seconds in that position. If you're already rolling your back, squeezing your shoulder blades, you're resting on the tops of your feet again for 5 more seconds. You'll have a chance to do this one more time before the workout is over in the second set here. 3, 2, 1. Now stand up. Take a couple of deep breaths. You've done great. 1 set down, 1 set to go, 6 moves left, and you will be ready for your weekend. So let's do that forward reach again. Stabilize your weight on your right leg. Reach down with your left fingertips. And keep your abs engaged. Your back is straight. You're hinging at your hips. Then lift back up, squeezing your butt cheek, and go right back down again. Very good. This stabilizing move, obviously you're working all of the muscles in the stable leg, and that's the point of stabilizing moves. The isometric contraction, where you just grip something and squeeze it. But you do also work the glute and your hip flexors if you're doing this move the right way. Now let's switch legs. You're stable on your left leg. Awesome. This is a hard move. In fact, it is easier to go faster in this move than it is to go slower. And if you have to bend your knee just a tad because you can't get your body down without, because that hamstring is all crazy and tight and weak and stuff, feel free to do that. But just know that the forward reach as a functional move is very important in terms of the strength of your lower core, the glute and the hip flexor, and its ability to carry your trunk properly. All right. Let's do that chair squat again. We're going to hop at the top, squat all the way down, feet are together, press the knees together. You've got one tree trunk of a leg, and hop up at the top. This is a really great squat. Squats can be done in so many different ways. There must be 50 different types of squats in our database of exercises at In Shape Fitness, but I do like in some ways the control of squeezing the legs together. Forcing you to really be aware of your placement, the placement of your feet. Your toes can't turn out if they're touching each other, which is a big thing for me. And you really have to move slowly, otherwise you're going to lose your balance. So, okay, now let's do that lateral shuffle lunge again. Step out to the right with your leg. Your right leg is straight, your left leg bends, you stick your butt out, your knee does not go past the tip of your toe. As you bring the right leg in, hop up. As you land, extend the left leg out to the side. Awesome. We're going to be down on the floor after this move, and that's in 15 seconds. Finishing up here with the last 3 moves, you will be ready for the weekend. What a fun series this has been. And on Monday we're going to start a new series. It will start easy, and just like we have been doing so far with the muscle maintenance workouts, it will get progressively more challenging as the week goes by, but we'll use the same sort of sequence of functional moves throughout the week. All right, Spider-Man push-ups are next. Very, very fun move as well. I love these, but they're super hard. So make sure that you're inhaling on your way down as your knee comes around, and then pushing up, exhaling in the process, and returning the foot to the floor. Alternate left and right sides, and keep your butt down. Your abs will be engaged. They're kind of forced to be engaged, but they disengage somewhat when you get your butt up into a pike position. So make sure that you're controlling that. All right, now you're on the floor for the swimming mermaid again. It's kind of like a Superman pose, but again with that sort of controlled pressing together of your ankles and at your heel, you really force that glute and hamstring contraction together with your legs. And get going on that. You've got another 20 seconds. Resting on your hips and your tummy as you lift up. Make sure that you inhale on your way down. You take breath in on the way down. Exhale, breathe out as you lift up. 6 seconds. Doing a plank to finish you off here. All these sort of references to the ocean in some of these moves. I like the mermaid plank with the dolphin. It's kind of fun. Okay, so now you're going to do that last plank. You're resting on the tops of your toes. This is hard. And do that dolphin move with the top part of your back, rolling the back, and then squeezing your shoulder blades together. Roll the back and squeeze your shoulder blades. If this is impossible for you to do, it's perfectly fine for you to go ahead and grip the floor with your toes like a standard plank. The mermaid plank, where you're pressing your feet together and resting on the tops of your feet, render the lower part of your core kind of useless. You do distribute weight differently when you position your feet this way. So that's the reason for that change. And congratulations, you're finished. I am so proud that you did this week's workouts, and I hope that you have a really fantastic weekend. We'll be back on Monday morning. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness in New York City. Have a great day.